we often spend a lot of time and effort worrying about our financial wealth, like generating more income, creating retirement funds, or focusing on our stock performance. But there's another form of wealth that we rarely talk about. And I lost 13,000 ringgit chasing a failed relationship. Only I realized this. That's emotional wealth. It's a quiet progress that strengthens you from the inside. Just like compound interest, it builds something inside you, resilience that doesn't crash overnight. And for the longest time, I was emotionally broke. That relationship makes me more unstable than the stock market during a crash. No profits, no dividends, just sleepless nights with tears and a crash in my emotional capital. Back to that day when he texted me, "Let's break up." I replied, "Okay." But behind the scenes, I shattered. I cried every day. Was scrolling through my photo album or halfway through eating. Even when my mom prepared my favorite dish, Thai Tom Yum, I just stared at it. That night, stomach pain hit, so sharp that I couldn't sleep for the whole night. I curled up and held my stomach, rubbed some ointment on it. All of this just didn't help. And the next morning, I had to force a smile through an online meeting before I rushed to clinic. That moment, I forgotten to care about myself without even realizing it. All I wanted is, I wanted him back, even though I was in pain. Therefore, I Googled something that no financial advisors would recommend: how to get back my ex. And Mr. Google delivered a lot of articles, like breakup mistakes to avoid, or the secret weapon: don't contact your ex. I felt like I was doing my thesis titled Heartbreak Recovery Project. At the bottom of these articles, contact details of relationship recovery agencies. These are real businesses that claim to help you win your ex back. So I hired the agency, let's call it Agency A. It came with daily coaching, psychological strategies, and most importantly, hope. I didn't win him back, but Agency A had won my second invoice, which I continued service for a second month. He still remains my ex. Therefore, I quickly cut loss, switched to Agency B. Here's go my another 3,600 ringgit. This time, Agency B was more premium. They even offer a bonus course priced at 2,000 ringgit. Helps me to understand the differences between boys and girls. Basically, why boys do boys things and why girls overthink all of it. I signed up for that course. Like any desperate investor trying to recover a crashing stock. And stocks, this one never rebounded. Am I going through healing from breakup? I was chasing returns that were never coming back. I did what I thought was recovering, or at least what my relationship coach said would help to get him back. He said, try something positive. Maybe try a sport, or try a yoga pose. For healing, Instagram, and get him back. He would even send me pictures of those elegant yoga poses, the kind that make you look graceful and glowing. I tried. Just something slightly different. This is my mermaid yoga pose. For a beginner like me, it was probably the fanciest looking move I could do without ending up in physiotherapy. But I was so proud of myself. I took a picture, posted it. I didn't know if I looked like a graceful mermaid or just a confused shrimp. But at least I tried. Then I moved on to baking. I baked cookies. Somehow they turned out giant, 5 times bigger than famous Amos. At that point of time, my healing process looked like yoga, pastries, and posting on social media. If I couldn't win my ex back, maybe I could get some likes. I would even screenshot my chats with my ex, send them to a coach, and he will help me to script for the perfect reply. For example here, one day, my ex sent me a cat video. I was so excited about it. I quickly snapshot, sent to my coach, asked him, how should I reply? He said, tell him the cat is cute, and ask him, did he just finish his work? There you go. It wasn't me texting anymore. I wasn't texting with my own voice. I was outsourcing my personality, like hiring a ghostwriter for my emotions. If my feelings were blocked, someone else was writing it. I kept spending, but nothing was working. No returns, no direction. In these 2 years of attempting my heartbreak recovery project, I lost my identity. I realized the most unstable investment wasn't love or crypto. It was chasing likes and replies, waiting for someone to tell me I matter, just like checking the stock market every hour and hoping the numbers will go up. That was when I remember a quote that I came across during one of my phone scrolling moments. It said, the best investment you can make is in yourself, by Warren Buffett. I scoffed. Of course you would say so, because you're already a billionaire, ma. But that quote, it stuck with me. If I could spend 13,000 ringgit chasing someone else, what would happen if I invest 5% to invest myself back? There was a club that I visited back in university. A group of people practiced public speaking and building confidence. Back then, I was terrified of being the spotlight and speak out. My first presentation, my hands were shaking so badly that it looked like I was mixing a protein shake. But after the breakout, after the emotional crash, I asked myself, what if I stop trying to be someone else and win myself back? So I joined the committee, 350 ringgit for 6 months. This time, not to impress anyone, but to rebuild me. Studies have shown that people have fear of public speaking more than death. At funeral, people would rather stay in the coffin than giving the eulogy. But here's the thing. Harvard Business Review found that people who had invested in self-development, like communication and confidence, often see better jobs, healthier relationships, and more clarity in life. And this reminds me of something that a Japanese entrepreneur, Kazuo Inamori, once said. True growth comes from doing the thing you fear the most? For me, that day was speaking up with my own voice. I faced that fear. I showed up, even with a shaky voice. And every time I did, I was planting a seed in someone that I had neglected for too long. Myself. There was this occasion whereby I'll never forget. It was an online session. I volunteered for an impromptu speech. Topics would only be given when I was on the stage. When topic was given to me, guess what? My mind completely went blank. I froze. I apologized. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do this. Then I quickly switched on my camera and cried because I still couldn't find my voice. That was when my mentor, Justin, he texted me. He said, Zhen Nee, I'm really glad that you take the first step. I thought I would text you and give you courage. But look, you made it yourself. What a brave move. Justin didn't try to fix me like my relationship coach. He helped me to find back my voice. And recently he told me, Zhen Nee, your story was actually inspiring. I never saw it that way. I thought I was just showing out. But maybe just showing up is inspiring too. This time, I didn't invest in a man. I invest in my own voice. In every shaky speech, every awkward sentence, I was buying back shares of me. Emotional wealth doesn't always look like a mic and a spotlight. I've met someone who never gave a speech, but found their voice through journaling or working out. And these are the small, brave investments that build your inner wealth towards who you are becoming. And one of my small investments, which was quite surprising, I met a tarot reader on YouTube. Her name was Annie. She wasn't trying to predict my future. She was reminding me to stop chasing it and start rebuilding me. She said, when you learn to love and take care of yourself, you become a better version of you. And when that happens, the right person will come find his way to you. Just like the Chinese saying, when the flower blooms, butterflies will come naturally. And that hit me. Because for so long, I was busy chasing butterflies, never realized I had forgotten to water my own garden. That moment, it wasn't just healing. I finally chose myself back. I stopped chasing love and validation like a stock tip, hoping for instant returns, instant approval. I started investing in something more stable, becoming someone stronger, someone who doesn't follow scripts, someone who knows her value even when there is no one watching. That's emotional wealth. And the return? A version of you that doesn't break even when life gets hard. I finally realized I didn't become rich in cash. I become rich in clarity, knowing what I deserve. Rich in self-trust, knowing I can fall apart and rebuild. Rich in voice, because I no longer beg to be heard. I spoke for myself. I eventually understood all the emotional wealth that I had been slowly building. Through choosing myself again and again, I got the richest return. I got my identity back. We often focus on financial returns, but we forget the real wealth is becoming someone we are proud to live with. the best ROI isn't return on investment. It's return on identity. Hence, here's an idea that I want to leave with you today. Your greatest wealth isn't in your wallets. It's in who you become when you choose to invest in yourself. That's emotional wealth. It grows slowly through boundaries, brave steps, and small moments that you finally say, I matter. So, if my journey was a portfolio, here's what you see. 13,000 ringgit lost chasing someone else. But 350 ringgit investment in own voice comes with compound interest in personal growth, self-trust, and clarity. Therefore, if you pour your energy into something that gave nothing back, a toxic job, draining relationship, or just trying to meet everyone's expectations, remember this. You are not a stock waiting for someone to notice your value. You are someone worth investing in. Not for the instant applause, but for the version of you that emerges after you choosing yourself again and again. And after all these small quiet steps, one day you'll look in the mirror and say, I didn't just show up. I invested and I found my identity back. And that, my friend, is how losing cash made me rich. Thank you.